Bit about the basics of this bar, which you did a minute ago. Can you kind of repeat them?
Yeah, that's fine. It's Frank's First Alarm. We are located at 7800 Virginia, St. Louis, Missouri. It's just a local little bar where we get just mostly like older guys that are retired. They come down and have beers, get away from their wives, get away from their jobs. We have karaoke on Fridays, so it's pretty fun. It brings in the younger crowd on the weekends. We have a fire pit in the backyard, big barbecues in the summertime, so it's a pretty cool little place.
With as many bars as there are in this area, how does any particular bar find an audience?
Loyal customers. Loyal customers. We have a lot of those. I don't know, it's kind of hard. There is a lot of little bars around here, and we get mostly a lot of people that just bar hop. Just go by and get whatever the little drink specials are. Or we got our regular customers that come in for the daily beers that they drink. We have dart leagues though that come here on Tuesdays and Mondays, so that kind of really helps out a lot with business.
It is a Wednesday afternoon around 1:15.
Yes.
Tell us about the people who are here today.
We have my uncle here with one of our workers. He does tuck pointing, and then we have Al. He's a retired man that helps out with his wife, who's kind of sick right now. And then we got my buddy Pat here. He's our comedian of the place.
Can you discuss a little bit the average day crowd here?
We just have regulars that come in and sit and drink with us until about 3 o'clock, and then we have our guys who get off of work that come and get buckets and drink until about 6, 7 o'clock, and then they go home to their wives and kids and do their family thing. But they keep us employed, so that's nice.
And those are a lot of trades guys?
Yes, a lot of construction workers. We got a lot of the guys from the brewery that come in here. We got a couple biker guys that come in a lot. And then we have a lot of women that come in and just play like the video games that we have out in the back. So it's pretty fun. Everyday American people, that's right.
If you could talk a little bit about what you find to be the personality of this place.
I think you just have to be interested in other people's lives. I mean, you have to be open to listen and conversate and do things with people. You have to be interested. And if you're not going to be interested in a bar, then you're not going to make it. You have to be very, because we are the cheap psychiatrists of the world.
What are some of the funnier things that you've seen take place?
Oh. Let's see, we had an older guy come in. He was super drunk the other day, and he tried to, he fell like 3 times trying to go to the bathroom. And he was so drunk and he wouldn't listen. And I had to make him take a cab home because I wouldn't let him drive. So, but that was probably one of the funniest things. Laid back here, I think we hear more funny stories than actual seeing the funny stories happen.
If you had to describe this place as opposed to maybe some other Southside places, are there things that make this unique? I wanted to say that when I first started coming here, I heard it was a fireman's bar, but I didn't feel that to be necessarily true.
It is, but it isn't. A lot of the firefighters that come in here mostly play on our dart leagues, and we got a couple guys that come in when they can, but I think a lot of the firefighters that are from around here, they really don't come in here just because maybe they don't drink. I don't know, but I've met quite a few firefighters working here. So, but mostly when my boss brings his buddies in when they have their guys' night or whatever, is mostly when they do come. It's not an every night thing where firefighters just hang out and set up camp at the bar here. So.
Did you not have some sort of interesting story about how you got hired here?
Yes, I was working with my uncle as a tuck pointer across the street, and I was working over there, and I was coming over here to use the restroom instead of going to the gas station, and met the owner a couple times, talked about doing brickwork here for him, and then one day I came in for a Christmas party with my friend Felix and his family, and the owner was like, "Oh, hi, I'm Frank, da-da-da-da-da." He's like, "Are you looking for a bartending job?" A buddy of mine, Mark, introduced us, and Frank didn't realize that he's already met me, because when he met me, I was all dirty in my tuck pointing clothes, and he was like, "Wow, you clean up pretty nice," and took my name and number down. 2 weeks later, I had a job, so it was pretty cool.
Is this your first bartending job?
No, it's not. Lafayette's was my first bartending job down off of South Broadway by the farmers market. It's closed down now. He owns Heartbreakers down on the landing now. I work for him occasionally as a sales girl outside, passing out like flyers or free drinks to advertise people to come into the bar.
I guess most of your regulars know you do tuck pointing, but for those that don't, do they give you a lot of grief?
A lot of them want to see my hands. It's kind of funny because they don't believe me, and I'm like, really? But it is kind of, I guess, a little, for older guys, it's like, wow, there's a girl tuck pointer. So when they see it, it's kind of a little hard to believe. But then when other guys come in here and like, yeah, I seen her, I watched her up on the wall, and they're like, she worked faster than most of the guys up there, which I do. So it's pretty phenomenal how they react. I mean, you get different actions. Like I had one guy tell me he'd never hire a girl on his crew, and I had another dude like, you got more girlfriends that would want to do it. Then you get the one guys that are kind of obnoxious, like you're gonna get in a bikini up on the wall, and it's like, really? And then like, no, it's not East St. Louis.
What do you tell people about this neighborhood when they ask you where you work?
It's Southside. I mean, it's historic in its own way. I'm from Soulard, so I never really grew up over here. So coming over here now, it's really different. I don't know a lot of people over here. And a lot of people that I did know as a kid that lived over here, they've all moved out of the neighborhood. So hopefully it's going to be coming up better than what it was. Hopefully to be like Soulard, they'll put a lot of money in it and restore it, because it is a historical neighborhood. It has a lot of French history down here, so it's a Carondelet area. So. And then with the new park and the YMCA, hopefully that will bring more people to come in and over here and stuff like that.
Is there anything interesting about today? Has there been any one thing that makes today?
Not really. It's just a regular day. Just coming in, sitting with the guys, having a drink while I'm drinking my soda and they're drinking their beer. And, around 4 o'clock I'll get swamped with customers until 6. Then I'm off to softball. So that'll probably be the one thing that stands out today for me, but it ain't here. So.
What about days when it's off to a real slow start? Can you talk about just what you do to kind of keep yourself going?
Maintain clean or watch cable.
Are we good to Yeah. For somebody, if these young guys have never been to a South City bar, what could they expect at a South City bar?
Who's got the bigger mouth? Who's got the tougher attitude? And mainly a bunch of girls just trying to have fun and be wild, I guess. It's pretty much what Southside bars are about.
Now, we're standing outside because you do tuck pointing, even though you're going to show us something in a minute.
Yes.
Tell us about this yard a little bit.
Well, like I said, we have a fire pit. We got our little patio with our awning and stuff in case people want to sit out and get a little bit out of the sun. Like I said, we have big barbecue pits. We have big barbecues here. Like we just did St. Baldrick's Kids for Cancer thing Saturday. Raised a bunch of money. We had firefighters shaving their head for a fundraiser. It was pretty cool. It was a great turnout.
Yeah, tell us about some of there's been other theme parties here too?
Oh yeah, we're definitely, because like I said, the owner here, Frank, he's a firefighter, so they do a lot of charity work, which they try to raise a lot of money for kids that are less fortunate and stuff like that. So we had an Easter party here for Easter. We hid eggs around the bar, and you got little cash. You can win free drinks or half price drinks and stuff like that. We actually have a float trip getting ready to come up. Frank's First Alarm float trip. I think it's $65, and everybody, and it includes your 2-3 day weekend of going floating and stuff like that. It's supposed to be pretty cool.
There's a sign behind you saying there's smoking here. How did business change with the smoking ban in St. Louis?
A lot of people lost a lot of business around here, which I think it's kind of, silly for them to do that, because, when you incorporate alcohol, smoking kind of comes along with it, So we actually got an increase of business for it since we are a smoking bar. We sell TJ pizzas, but we're not a restaurant, so-called, We do little extra activities, but we don't sell more food than we do alcohol. So we had to pay an extra amount of money for the smoking warning signs and for the smoking to be allowed here. And all in all, you get most people that go out to dinner and then they'll come down here, smoke a cigarette, drink beer, and then they'll go back to wherever they were. And we got a couple people that just won't go to other bars where they're not smoking and it's not allowed because they won't do it.
I forgot to ask you this earlier, and I should have. There's 3 Stephanies working here, right?
Yes.
How's that work?
We got Stephanie H, and then we have Fergie. We call her Fergie because that's her last name, and Stephanie S. So it's kind of funny. Everybody says our boss has a thing for Stephanies, which I think is just a fluke. So I haven't met that many Stephanies until I started working here. So, well, what you mainly do when you tuck point and stuff like that is you start up, you set up your ladders and you put your ladder jacks on your ladders, which that holds your pick, which is, some people call it a walk board, other people call it a pick, and that's what you walk across like you're just being able to do your work. And as you can tell on the bricks up here, the mortar's missing out a lot of it. There's pop outs. It's mostly just wear and tear on the building from rain. So what you're going to do is you take a grinder and you take a diamond blade, you put it on there, you hook it up, and you just start cutting the mortar like at an angle like this, or you take it up and down like that. You want to make sure you do not scar the brick because you can end up paying the owner back that you are tuck pointing for that. And then after that, after you get done taking it out, you get two buckets of sand, every 1 bucket of mortar. You have a joiner and a hawk board. After it's mixed up, you put it on and you just kind of start working it in like this. And it's a technique to it. It's a hand trick more or less, because it took me a little bit to get the hang of it. But I've been doing it for about 6 to 8 years now. But it's a cool little job. It pays pretty good money and it's fun. You don't have, the wall don't talk back, so you can just jam out and turn the radio on and just work.
Is there any stress about doing this job here?
It is when you are managing the company. It is a lot stressful when you have grown men that don't want to really listen to you because you are a female. They want to argue with you because they think because they're older, they know more than you or whatever. But I've always been in the management part of this business, not really on the lower hand. So I was taught a different way, I guess, professionally, more or less. So it's really hard when you just have guys that just don't want to do what they're doing, or if you have a guy that comes in that's tired or hungover, or they've done whatever they did the night before and they can't perform their job like they want, but they want to get paid like they're supposed to. So that kind of comes into a conflict. Or if you have a job and people just don't show up and then you're stuck doing it by yourself, and then it's a little bit more complicated.
And I guess I was thinking that, doing it here at Frank's First Line specifically, are you going to get a lot of grief from your regulars when you're doing it?
No, actually, they all can't wait. I think they're all going to set up shop and watch, so I think I might have a fan club that day.
Cool.
Alrighty. All right, the most interesting thing today I kind of forgot about. I found the turtle emptying out my mop water. So we have a pet turtle now I'm going to take home for my 6-year-old daughter. So this is going to be exciting.